What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Movie Emporium's HBO Max review of Friends the Reunion. This, of course, is directed by Ben Winston. Now, as always, before we begin, if you like this channel, awesome, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium, hit that notification bell top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome, hit that like button, as well as commenting below on the video to watch, including this one. So this show, or this, reunion special, as you want to call it, is very, very similar to, of course, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, The Reunion, where, in essence, it allows the actors, which are, Courtney Cox, Jennifer Aniston, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, Matthew Perry, and, of course, David Schwimmer, to kind of reminisce on what it was like to go through a 10-year, very, very popular kind of legacy show, and to see what not only can they remember, but what it was like to just be part of the zeitgeist, part of the it crowd of that time frame, because now they're just more working actors who have their own shows and so on and so forth. But between 1994 and 2014, this, like Seinfeld or The Cosby Show or, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, was a show that people would watch every single week and would be enthralled with the stories of Ross and Rachel and so on and so forth. And it was a series that not only did I fall in love with, but I felt was really relatable in just the storylines and the escapades. And yeah, it got very, very outlandish with some of the storylines, and some of the stuff got very unbelievable with how character development worked out. But in those early years, these characters felt so authentic to just being atypical, fun, young 20-somethings characters that it's no wonder why the show became popular. Marta Kaufman and David Crane and Kevin Bright can say whatever they want, but what they were creating was something truly special. So when it comes to watching these individuals, these actors and creators and so on and so forth come back 17 years later, it's really kind of a fascinating thing to watch, because not only do you realize that the fans really do know more than the actors, but to listen to them talk about different scenarios, different situations, you really know that, they've moved on, they've moved past this era in their life. They're not necessarily going to remember the certain scene in Friends. But what also is really interesting is there always seems to be that one actor or actress that really remembers everything, and that one person was, of course, Matt LeBlanc. Now, I don't want to discount the other actors in this reunion special, but I think Matt LeBlanc looks back at Friends and everything he did with Friends as something truly unique for himself, because like it's always been told, he was poor, he got this show, and he became super wealthy, super famous, and super recognizable in the world of TV. And I think that's why he holds it in a special place in his heart. It's not saying that the other actors don't. I think Matthew LeBlanc really has a much more grasp on what the show was really like and how important it is, and so on and so forth. So when he's like spouting off lines from this series, or he's spouting off, ideas and concepts that were thrown out in the show, it's really kind of fascinating to watch, and it really shows you that he's like a true fan of what it was, and he really loves what he did. And it's really nice to see these guys come back together. It's really strange to see them after 17 years, because what that does is it makes you realize, oh my God, the time frame between the show airing to now, when the show ended, to now is a wider gap. It's 17 years considered to 10 years. So it's a really strange thing to see. And like I said, going back and having watched the series like a couple times a year, so going back to these sets are not anything new for me. So I'm used to seeing all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to them coming back, it's a whole new experience. It's like a whole, blast from the past type of situation. So I really do think that, when they're on the set, when they're talking, they're reminiscing, or they're playing the famous game that they played in the series, or they're talking to James Corden, or they're just doing their thing, it really kind of shows, it kind of brings back the memories of how awesome it was for the show. But with these reunion specials, the only thing that bothers me a little bit is, these guys got paid a lot of money to come back. That they were, some of them don't really want to be there. Matthew LeBlanc, they say he had surgery or whatever. They just said, we're going to throw some money at you. Would you please come back? It's, 17 years later. It's a really strange thing to watch somebody like Matthew LeBlanc and, Jennifer Aniston, who are really excited to be there, and then watch, Matthew Perry and Lisa Kudrow, who seem to be a little bored by the situation. And that's just the unfortunate nature of being a famous TV star. You have those types of things. But I think overall, the TV reunion special is fun and entertaining. It's not the most enlightening thing you'll ever watch, because you've seen, especially if you're a huge fan of the series, you've seen it before. You know where the stuff is. You know all about it. It's very much ingrained in your memory. When they bring in some of the celebrity cameos like Thomas Lennon and stuff like that, it's like a one quick done type of situation. And I think it kind of belittles the character a little bit, even though he was only in one episode. It belittles the fact that he was on the show. And some of the other characters, they bring like Tom Selleck to ask a question. And my other main issue is it kind of like it flings back and forth in many different areas once they're on the set. Sometimes they're reading the scripts, different famous scenes, or they're on the James Corden interview set, or, we see clips of the series and stuff like that. I felt like what made the Fresh Prince one work so well is it was like really honed in and really kind of confined to this moment, and then they go to this moment. But this series, this reunion special goes from here to here to here to here to here. So there's a lot of whiplash going on, and I don't like that. I really feel like if they honed it down and focused here for a little while and then focus here for a little while, I think it could have been much more interesting. But like I said, they have to throw those clips in there, the special moments and whatnot. And in the end, it's Friends. It's a reunion special. It brings everybody for the most part back that you love, and you can't really hate on that. Like I said, you have your quibbles and whatnot about the special itself. To go down that memory lane, to remember what Friends was and how special it was, and remember sitting there watching the last episode and crying because it was a watershed moment, a touchstone moment of a series ending, similar to like Seinfeld or something like that, is really still special. So I still recommend, especially if you're a huge Friends fan like I am, definitely watch it. It's like almost 2 hours long, so it's definitely worth to check out. And to see these guys go back to the sets, which actually, that's one other thing. You completely forget how forced perspective or perspective works on a TV show, because you look at those sets and they're really, really small. So to watch that and to watch them go on the sets and see how kind of angular and the Monica's apartment and stuff like that is, and how really truly small it is, and how much wider the camera really makes it look, is really fascinating. So with that said, that is my take on this Friends reunion special. Like I said, still recommend if you like Friends. But yeah, it's still one of my favorite series of all time, and this doesn't deter it from that. So anyways, that'll do it. That'll be my take on this special for the Friends reunion special. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about Friends? Did you love it as much as I did? Did you hate it? What was one of your favorite episodes? Anything you think about Friends, let me know in the comments below. But otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit that subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you liked the video, awesome. Hit that like button. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.